We're going to do, we're going to paint the actual shape of the apple. And what I'm going to use is going to be an ultramarine blue with a touch of white. The background that you see that I've already painted in was done with a white and a touch of black, a cobalt blue, and alizarin crimson. The top was a little lighter by adding white to the mixture, and the bottom was a little darker. And the reason I decided upon this type of background, I wanted to show you that you could be looking through the glass when you're finished painting your picture. Now, painting the apple, what I've done is I've made the apple a little bit flat at the bottom, and at the top I've made a bit of a little valley up here. Now, there's all kinds of shapes for apples, but we'll use this shape to start with. Now, to actually paint the glass, the shape of the glass, like I say, I've used ultramarine blue and white. When you're actually painting the glass, make sure that the outside of the glass is very sharp, and the inside we're going to make it a little softer. Now, painting the inside of the apple, we're going to use a cobalt blue mixture with a Payne's gray and a white. Now, this is your shadow effect within the apple. So let's just paint a little bit of the shadow effect here. So like I've said, now this is just three colors of cobalt blue, white, and Payne's gray. I'm going to the very edge of the glass. Now, could you see the shape that I'm trying to form? Try to form like a circle shape that's protruding out, not flat. Okay. When you get to this part, you're now going to go right into the highlights. Now, the highlights are white. That's for your vertical lines going down the side of the glass. And a raw umber along the side also. So you've got raw umber and white for your actual highlights. So let's touch that. Let's do that. Use a clean brush. A little bit of white. I'm not using much white now, just a little bit of white. And if you notice, I'm also keeping that darkness that we put on there towards the edge. I'm cleaning my brush each time you see me take it outside of the actual picture frame here. And I'm putting on the glass white very, very lightly. I'm cleaning my brush again. At the top, we want a nice highlight in the middle here, like so. Just put a nice white and pull it along the curve of the apple itself. On this side here, put a little bit more white. See how it's shaping into a shape of crystal? You can start seeing through. You can start seeing the shape. At the top here, just put a little streak going down like this. This shows you the apple itself. The shape of the apple is what you're trying to get. At the top, we're just going to switch over to straight black. And we're going to put in a stem. And we're going to go back with a touch of blue. Now the shade that we used before, remember we had the raw umber along with the blue? That's what we're going to put in here. Raw umber along with the blue. Then I'm going to come back with white, just straight white, and touch up the stem. And when it gets into the bottom part of the stem, the apple itself has to have more of a highlight in that area. So build a little highlight in there. And get in behind the stem itself on the edge of the glass. Put a little bit more highlight in there. Keep cleaning your brush. Now we're going to come back and we're going to put more highlights on this, but to get away from the actual apple, we're going to go now into the shade at the bottom. Now the shade at the bottom, I'm using the background color, but I'm adding a little bit of black to it. I'm making it soft. I don't want it too rough looking. But what we are doing is we're bringing the apple out. The black on white, white on black in the paint world really brings the subject that you're painting towards the actual person looking at the painting here. Here comes our apple. And here comes our glass. And just blend your paint into the canvas. Now I'm going to take a soft brush and I'm going to even make this softer. There's only one more step left of the shadow. I'm just going to go to pure black with a touch of cobalt blue. And we're going to make a shadow very close to the bottom of your apple. And then we're just going to blend it out into the soft shadow that you've already made. And create this black one, make it soft into a softness. There you go. Now go back to your apple, look at it. Do you think it needs more shadow? Do you think it needs more highlight? Let's go and soften this up again. Any brush that's good, that's soft. That's good enough. Don't want to overdo it. Really, we don't have to do too much more to this apple. It's basically finished. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little bit of fun. I'm just going to put a couple more highlights of pure white. Just titanium white is what I'm using. And I'm going to put, let me see, one here. Just going to draw the eye into the apple itself. A little bit there. I don't want to put too much. And I'm going to put a little one on this side here where I've already done it, but I'm just going to make it a little bit sharp, a little bit sharper. And that basically is your apple. Now, doesn't that look crystal-like? So with practice, you can have a lot of fun with doing crystal. If you change your background, for example, to let's say more alizarin crimson, it really brings out the apple. So have fun painting a crystal object. Try something different. Try a wine glass. That's a great subject to start with. Now with a little practice, you can paint crystal. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Until next time, happy painting.